Hello, me folks. Almost finishing up here at the IFFA show, and I didn't want to leave the Frankfurt without sitting down with Ove Vasvari, head of operations for DMRI
Yes.
in Denmark. Welcome.
Thank you very much. Nice to meet you here.
Yeah. So it's actually the second day that I come. You're always busy with customers and processors, and I would like to, for audience listenership, to understand what you guys do, a little bit of your role for DMRI.
What we do is we optimize slaughterhouses, especially their economy. Actually, we are giving them money for free, so as to say. It is so when you have a slaughterhouse, it's not to step on anybody's feet or anything like that, but when you're going in the slaughterhouse and you go there every day, then you don't see the small things that it's slipping away from you, and you accept some failures, you put it back, and probably, I would say, in track, and then again it slips a little bit. And this is actually where we come in, because we see it with different eyes. We follow much of the specifications from the customers, so we know exactly what each customer is producing, for who they're producing, and a lot of time we also know the customer that they are selling to. So we know also what is the demand from the customers.
Which is very important, knowing the customer, right?
Oh yeah, because we are not doing any product development for the companies. We are helping them to fulfill their customers' needs. And a lot of times, like I said, the things is slipping from them, according to the yields, of course, and sometimes the production also. Because if you go in the same factory day in and day out, you don't see the small things that it's slipping away from you. So, and there's, like I said, it's where we come in and we offer them, to help them if they want. It's basically, money for free. Like I said, it's. We are making this on a success fee. So when we are, cooperating with a company, it should be for both sides, a good deal, especially for the, for the customer. We are running this optimization called a yield boost on the success fee. So we are taking a percentage of what we are, earning for the company. And it means that the company, at the same time, they're running all the way through the project process. It's a process of 12 months where we are cooperating with them. And they're running with positive cash flow all the way through. So we're not invoicing them before we are sure that we have, made the money for the company.
Can you tell me an example? You don't have to tell me the company, but just an example of...
I will not do that anyway.
Yeah. But I'd like to know, so our folks understand more about what you do, like maybe a tangible thing that, I ran into this company, they had this issue, and this is how we help them.
Yes. Basically, we are going out and then we making a screening of the company. It means that we are going down in production. We are going around looking. It takes around 2 hours, 2.5 hours. Then I have a vision about how much money can I actually earn for the company. And a lot of people say you cannot do that in 2 hours, 2.5 hours, but yes, we can. We have trained ourselves in doing this kind of things. And out from that, I can give an estimate about what kind of money I can earn for a company. If this is 1 million or 500,000 euros or dollars, but that's depending on how the production is looking, of course. It could be 2 million, but basically it has to be something, that it's worth for going for. If we have a company that we can maybe only earn, let's say, $500,000 for, then the project will be too expensive for them and for us. So we rather make that and say, okay, we can come and help you, but of course we will do that. But that will be then on a fixed fee then, probably that we will do that. And most of the time then it's going to be a little bit too expensive for them to do it. But mostly we are doing it on the, or not mostly, but all the time we are doing it on the success fee, more or less.
Where do you learn to do this? I mean, the ability for someone to go in a plant that never been before in a plant, and in less than 3 hours, you got the brain to evaluate the process and see you have these areas of opportunity, and you can make this much more. So I don't know. How do you learn that?
This comes through experience. I started in the business in 1985, so I have been a few years in the game. I started training in '85, and I finished my education in '88 as a pig slaughter. What comes with it, everything from breeding to deboning to the customer, and then afterward I took for the cattle slaughtering. So I finished all of that in '92. And during that time, you know to look at the products, you know to know the market, you know to know the customers, and prices. You look all the time, and
The
you can
export
find on
market,
the
right?
export market.
Customers globally.
Yeah, globally. Yeah. So you need to know or understand the prices, how they're developing, how they're going up, how they're going down. You need to follow it all the time on the internet, so you can give the best consultancy to the clients also when you're there. To advise them if they ask about something, because many has a lot of questions. Because like I said, they're only going in there, or not only, but they're focusing on their business and their clients, of course. So
Some of the customers that I work on a daily basis, some of them in Mexico, some of them in South America, they're exploring the export market. So I think it's a good opportunity for us to maybe discuss about, in terms of pork cutting, yields, the importance of the fat quality, because I know even for the temperatures and cutting, that has a huge effect on yield. So maybe you can start and tell me about that.
if we talk about yield, then everything that starts actually when they start to transport the carcasses into the slaughterhouses. We're now talking about the animal welfare. Of this, that the way that they need to transport them has to be, on a good way, not to stress or not to harm the animals on the way, because the farmers, we need to think about, they're doing a big effort in raising the pigs. They're taking good care of them on the farms. So we should not destroy them when we take them from the farms to the slaughterhouse. Like it is in Mexico, it's quite warm, like I remember it. And you're transporting the carcasses sometimes between 25 and 42, 44 degrees during the day, and it's very hot for the carcasses. A lot of the trucks that we have seen doesn't have any, water for the pigs when they are transporting it. It's very important that they get something to drink when you transport them, that they feel well, the carcasses and or the hogs. And also when you unload them, you need to do it gentle. Pigs, they don't like to walk down, they like to walk up. And they don't like to walk against something that is stark, they like to walk to a light, so that they will feel comfortable about what they are going for. So you don't need to stress them or hurry up or beat them or anything to get them off the truck. It's easier just to push them with a paddle or something like that, and then just push them and take it in the way that they do it. Of course, some companies only have one unloading ramp, and of course it's best to have two. All the time you have a veterinarian standing when you arrive with the carcasses to the slaughterhouse. So you need to be aware of how you put them into the larynx. That this is also a calm way. And in Mexico, like it is, you have a lot of this open, larynxes for the carcasses or for the hogs. And a lot of them has this spray, in the chambers, yeah, so that they will spray some cold water over, and this is calming the pigs down. You need to remember it's like you and me when we are going out and we are getting sunburned. If we get out in the sun too long time and stand there or be transported in a cabriolet or whatever, this will feel like this for the hogs. So they will get sunburned in the same time. The pigs, it sounds a little bit stressed, but they're sweating. So they need this to chill them down, the water there. And the same when you take them, when they calm down there, then you need to transport them slowly up to the stunning. Not to pressure them or anything, but let them walk, make the way for them so that it's comfortable for them. It means nothing shiny in the floor, in the middle of the of the walkway, but put all these kind of things out in the side by the walls, and then gray walls or green walls. That's the best for them. They are not afraid, because you need to remember the pigs are looking this way out. They don't look straight forward.
Can we touch on fat quality, the importance of the fat quality when it comes to cutting? I think I would like to touch on, from your perspective, what you've seen. It could be Mexico or somewhere else, but the importance of diet maybe, and when it helps when you're doing the bacon. We can talk about softness, or what are your thoughts on that?
Of course, when we talk about the meat quality, like I said, everything starts from the in-transport. When we slaughter the carcasses, also when we do the deblading, when we put it to the stunning, we need to be sure that the stunning is done correctly, because it's affecting the carcasses, especially when we hang them for sticking. That we need to do a correct sticking, not to do on the side or anything like that, but in the middle, because it's in the middle of the throat when we stick the carcasses. Depending on if you have a hanging sticking, when you have the CO2, or you have electrical stunning. Electrical stunning, I'm not a fan of that, to be honest. It's giving too much bleeding in the in the tenderloins, and probably a lot of people that will not agree with me, but show me one who works. You will have different kind of colors in your in your tenderloins. The wings in the in the backs or in the ham. According over to the loin, it will start to explode because the muscles, they are getting very hard when you stun them, and then certainly they are getting too hard. So sometimes you see also some bones inside
Breaking.
that is breaking. Yeah, and I think it's not good, especially not for the animal, but also for the the yields, especially because every time you have that, you need to downgrade this kind of things. Because you cannot sell it to one who makes salted, back or something like that for back bacon or something like that, because you have all these pinpoints in it, and you don't want to have that. And it's the same in the ham. When you open the ham and you see the top side is full of blood spots, and this is not something that you as a consumer, when you want to eat it,
not appealing.
Exactly, it's looking a little. It looks terrible to us to say. But it's getting very dark, the spots, so it's not nice to see. And then when you come, it's very important when you finish slaughtering them that you get the carcasses as quick as possible into the chilling room, because you need to be aware of the pH of the carcasses. So you need to have it to drop in a special way. Of course, we have a chilling expert who is totally into this kind of things. And then we use in Denmark, we use the blast freezing in the start, so as to or the quick chill, so as to extract the heat as quick as possible.
-20, the toner?
It could be normally it's run between the one part of it is -16, and then maybe down to -20. But we also do that. We have before and after chill room. We have what we call an airlock, where we try to take all the energy out of the body as quick as possible. Because pig has the temperature in the body like we have, like 36.8 to 17, 30.
36
yeah, up to. But when they're slaughtered, the muscles, they're going into like a fever condition, so they can go up to 40 degrees without any problem. So it's very important to get them into the chiller as quick as possible, so as to to keep the good meat, or to produce the right meat. From the chiller, quick chill, you put it into equalization room, where you have around 0 to 2-3 degrees, depending on how you want your carcass for which kind of customers that you have. And then you chill them down, so you have the temperature inside in the ham around 7 degrees as maximum. It means that the other part of the carcasses will be colder. The ham is the part where you have the bickles muscles that you need to extract the heat, because it's not to take the cold from the outside and into the carcass. You take the heat from the inside and take it out when you have the surface of the pig, because you will avoid to have black bones then.
How important is the diet when it comes to the quality of the fat. And
You mean
I'd
from
like
the
to-
from the
yeah,
producers?
I mean,
or?
yeah, from the producer, because I mean, all the quality, you think about it, it does not start at the slaughterhouse. It starts way before.
Yeah.
So there's some folks that I talked, they sometimes struggle with how soft the pig fat can be.
Yeah.
So do you have any recommendations for the temperature, or what's your experience when you try to solve a soft product, which you talk about downgrading, and that's definitely when we talk about yield values and the export market, that they want firm fat.
Yeah, but firm fat doesn't come by chilling it too hard or anything like that. It's there are some people or companies who makes them very, very cold, like almost frozen, and that's not the idea about it, because it doesn't give you a better fat. Of course, it's for a slicer, it's nice, but when you need to cut it, you need to think about the people that you have in your factory, that they need to be able to do the work. And if you have a hard piece of meat, you can't cut it. It's killing the people, so as to say. But back to the question was the the firmness. You have always the choice when you produce the products between 0.1 up to 2 degrees to still have a soft piece of meat that you can cut. It means that you need to take care of how is your yields comparing to the hardness of the product that you're cutting. Because it doesn't help that you have a client who's telling you, I need very, very cold carcasses from 0 degrees to 0.5 minus, because then you're destroying your workers. You need to take care of your workers. That's very important when you do this, because it's the heart in the company, actually. Because without the workers, we can't earn any money. And now again, back to the firmness. When you cut it, you need to be sure that you are inside of the spec that you have from the customer. It means you need to go on his demand. But it's always so the customer should not interfere in the process, because already when he made the agreement with the sales department, he has already seen the department and he knows how it looks, and he will not buy anything if he didn't agree on that. This is the right way to do it for his customer. So it means that when you have a piece of 2 degrees, let's say the bellies, and the customer actually demanded fresh, because Mexico has this big advantage that they can transport fresh to Japan, so they don't need to freeze it, and you get a much better price for the fresh products. But you can still afterward, when you cut it in the right size and the right spec, take it and put it to the chill room afterward, because the temperature is only going one way, and that's down. Of course, you're not allowed to let the temperature go up again, because that's against everything. Yeah. So you need to have the right flow through your products. It means also that you need to take care of it all the time, not to leave anything hanging on the table or hanging somewhere in a box of this. You need to get it through immediately. Have the best flow as possible.
How is, when you're mentioning downgrading, how is the impact of the fat quality affecting the market? Is it Japan or
It's not only the fat. So it's the main thing is actually the main products that we have in the factories, that we need to be sure that this is fulfilling the demands of the customer. There's a million of things, or a lot of things.
A lot of factors.
Exactly, that can go in and affect it. It can be the size, and the length, and the width, and the highness, in the in the scale. How much is it can be from 2.3. Let's just take a collar from 2.3 to 2.6, or it can be from 2.5 to 3 kilos, depending on what it is. That's always something that you need to be aware of. But if you have to downgrade something, if you see that you're getting now a collar where you have some problems with the fat, or it's cut wrong actually from the start, then you need to downgrade it. It means you need to make something else out of it except for that customer when you run that. And it means that if you are making a Cataruso, just as example, for Japan, and certainly you have already cut away the fat that should be on it, then you cannot deliver that for the customer, because he demands the fat on it like this. And if the Cataruso, let's say this is giving you $3.5, and the other one is giving you maybe $2.9 a kilo, which one you rather do? So it's all about the money, that you do it correctly from the start when you do it.
Well, thank you a lot. It's been great talking with you. A lot of information. I think we can go on and on about this
Yes, of course.
discussion.
Still much more to talk about, but
Yeah, we need to keep it short for our audience, and we don't lose their attention. So thank you a lot for having us here in your booth.
No worries.
And
Always welcome.
hopefully we'll see you in Mexico or South America sometime soon.
I hope. Thank you.